Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I jump into the topic for today, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope everyone's day is going well. And I also want to thank you all for your many comments. Lots of really important stuff being discussed. So much so I wanted to touch on a few things said. That goes with the topic of this video. And the topic or the title of this video is, what is the narcissist scanning for? Because you see, the narcissist is always scanning. As many of us have heard or know, a narcissist can go into a room with 100 people and be able to successfully in most instances scan and find the one that will be the perfect target for their games, lies, and manipulation. So what is the narcissist really scanning for when they do this? In the most simplest terms, well, what they are scanning for is weakness. And as one person mentioned that, the narcissist is looking for any weakness in you that can and will be exploited. This could be your inability to say no, and the lack of boundaries, your lack of love and your need for having it in your life. Narcissists are really good at seeing what weakness you have, and then going into their bag of tricks to tap into that weakness, and exploiting it. One person talked about in the comment section of my last video that pressure to make a decision is manipulation. And they are indeed correct. And what the narcissist will do when scanning is to see if you have a problem with pressure. Do you seem to have a firm ability to walk away from things that seem to be negative pressure? Or do you try to accommodate this person that is trying to apply this type of pressure on you? And then another person mentioned that most narcissists run away from people that have boundaries. And this is for the most part true, though there are exceptions. Because this is what they are looking for when they are scanning. Do you have high standards for yourself? Do you have boundaries? Do you say no? Do you know how to say no? Are you comfortable with saying the word no? Do you vet things and look into all aspects of things before you make a choice in getting involved with something important? Are you a people pleaser? Do you say yes just to not have conflict? And I believe they, meaning the narcissist, can see signs of this in our body language as well. Do we have a look that we don't want to do something but we say yes to it anyway? All of this is why we keep on hearing when dealing with narcissists, you must develop boundaries. Again, as some of you might have missed in my last video, that I spoke about a couple that thought they were adopting a young girl around the age of 6. And they say they were told that if they didn't go along with the adoption right then and there with no fact-checking or vetting, that the adoption would be called off. So they went through with it. Now it seems to appear, at least from what they say their doctors have said, is that the child is possibly 22 years old. I know, right? But here's what we can learn. Those that are narcissist and con artists, they prey on our weaknesses. In this case, this couple really were in a severe need to adopt a child. And they probably made that known, that it was a big deal to them. Instead of making it known they could wait. Also, the father mentioned that he was told not only would the adoption be called off if a choice wasn't made right there, that the child would be put in the foster care system, or something similar. Now, hearing this, if someone is caring and kind, they might say to themselves, we can't have that. The poor kid. That's terrible. Let me give them a home so they don't have to go into the system. This is a weakness. Yes. It's kindness, but it's a weakness. Here's an example. Those that might rob someone, might plant a woman by the side of the road asking for help, or that she needs gas as she ran out, or whatever. This can be used as a way for this nice person to stop long enough to get out of the car, to drop their guard long enough to where a couple of big guys come from behind the bushes only to rob this person. Now this isn't to say that it's not good to be kind and helpful, because those are great traits to have. But it should also be tempered with self-care and boundaries. So in a case like this, if you see someone stuck on the side of the road, you might stop if you can see you're in a public setting where you are safe. Or you might call the highway patrol on your hands-free, to let them know there seems to be someone that appears to be in distress at this location. These are all examples of being kind and helpful, but making sure you're safe. Because we see it even in the movies. That's how the victim becomes a victim. They fall for the trap of the plant there that appears to need help. So the overly helpful person drops their guard, and out of nowhere they are grabbed from behind by someone else. Well, narcissists are always scanning like the Terminator. And what they are scanning for is weakness. They are looking for a person with no boundaries or weak boundaries. They are looking for someone love-starved. Someone that is agreeable to a fault. And once they find such a person, that's when the games begin. And they play upon these weaknesses and lack of boundaries in this person. And that's where love bombing comes into play. Or they have a problem they need you to fix for them. Or they suddenly need your help for this big problem. And no one else can fix it but you. Or there is something that needs your attention to it right now. And if it's not done right now, this really bad thing supposedly is going to happen. Which brings me to something really important that was mentioned in the comment section. And what was mentioned is, if it's gotta be now, then it's a no. You will be amazed. Getting comfortable with politely but firmly saying no will make a great many narcissists avoid you. Because they know getting narcissistic supply from you is too much work and it's not worth it in most instances. Think about it for those of you that have developed healthy boundaries. When you didn't have healthy boundaries before, think about all of the people that dropped out of your life after you did the self-work and finally developed healthy boundaries. Those are the people that like to scan for those that have no boundaries or weak ones so they can get narcissistic supply. Now they see you have some protection and discernment. So they see you as too much work. It's not worth it. So they oftentimes will go and scan for someone else that is easier. Now, with all that being said, there's no 100% way to be perfect in protecting yourself. Nor is it something you should be paranoid about. However, being mindful and doing the self-work will wipe a great amount of these toxic individuals out of your life. With that said, that's why slowing things down before making choices and what others have said and done, and what you have said and done, is important. Because it allows you to continue to do the self-work and look at every situation new. So you can see the patterns and the code, so to speak, like in the Matrix. Again, it's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. With that said, I appreciate all of you commenting. I see a lot of people growing and learning as a result. Keep up the good work. Because the more we share, the more we grow. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to be a part of this channel's growth. And don't forget to click the little bell to be notified each and every time I make a new video. And don't forget to like and share as well. And if you want to support even further, you can do so by the way of Patreon. And if you are already supporting by the way of Patreon, I humbly say thank you. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.